surprise. Make graveyards feel alive. Break the immortal down to his demise. I make the moon blue. I make him pigs fly. Now I move mountains.
Today, from Ford Field in Detroit, it's Week 13 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Coming to you from the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Detroit Lions. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. The streak continues, doesn't it? They come in here a perfect 11-0. Meanwhile, for the visiting Jaguars, they come in after tasting defeat for the first time in about a month as their loss snapped a 4-game winning streak. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. Leading them out, Trey Lance, now in his second season out of North Dakota State.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30. The CD, this offense at 11-0 now on the year. A few weeks ago, I remember asking you what kind of percentage chance that you thought they had at staying unbeaten the entire season. I think you said 25%. I'd imagine that number probably grown since then.
I would agree with you, and I'm going to actually bump it up to closer to 50%, only because they still have some tough games to come. And keeping that focus throughout the entire season, that's been a really difficult thing to pull off. But so far, they've done it, and they've done it well. Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. Lance looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So opening drive, 3rd down, they go with a slant. It works.
And I'm wondering when the league's going to figure it out because everyone throws it on 3rd down. You expect pressure, so you want the ball in the hands of the quarterback quickly. It's a 3-step route ordinarily, and you're throwing it where you see the receiver breaking towards you. So it's an inside route. Everyone likes it, and it's executed very well.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
They'll go again with Sanders, and he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, in a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Running right, here's Sanders. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. 51 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Robbie Anderson, his 25th touchdown, tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Lions get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Austin Seibert on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead 7-0. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. Jacksonville's offense trots out here for the first time, and all eyes go right to number 16. Now in his 2nd season as the team's face of the franchise, Trevor Lawrence.
And you want to talk about enormous expectations being placed on a quarterback. How about what Trevor Lawrence faced coming out of college? But the good thing for him, he's used to it. He had the same type of expectations leaving high school and going to Clemson. They always expect him to be a franchise savior, whatever team he joins. And to his credit, he shouldered those expectations and he's doing everything in his power to follow through.
He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. The numbers in last week's contest for Ingram: 9 catches, 99 yards.
Having a nice season. Number 8 in the league in receiving yards, and not just making his team happy, but anyone who's picked him in fantasy football.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd and 1, it's Lawrence. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And Sanders now to return. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Here comes Sanders on the toss right. And he is going to lose yardage here. Foye Oluwakan finding his way to the ball for a stop. A tackle for loss. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Sanders toss left side. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down. Off of play action, here's Lance. This is caught by Evans. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Give him 30 yards there.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. On the counter now, it's Sanders. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 69 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the 1st quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces.
As Sanders has it poked free, and the Jags grab it. But he has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry...
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Now on 2nd and 13. Lance. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Foyesade Oluwakin. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets him on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick 6.
And I know from experience throughout the week when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick 6s and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games.
Trying to get it to Anderson, but it's intercepted. And the Jags are going to take possession of the football.
A feather in the cap for the defender, picking off one of the league's better quarterbacks so far this season, and add another feather in the cap for the coaches, too. Excellent game plan, and they had their guys aware of his ability to roll out and how to defend against it.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Here's Robinson again on 2nd down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Now Lawrence. The pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. Chris Jones, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out, and he is going to need to bomb this one. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2.
Care who you are. 60 yards is a very ambitious attempt. Hard to make even in practice in the best of conditions. And now, worst of all, you give the other guys the ball to start their drive at midfield.
On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. On play action, Lance. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's in. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. And I think they are going to get this one back. Well, that would have been something. Double turnovers. But instead, they'll keep the possession on the INT.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. And the question... So that challenge, a successful one. From midfield now, Lawrence. He'll fight his man, Laviska Shenault. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. Now Lawrence on 1st down. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the 1st down and a 21-yard gain. They'll run with Robinson. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. James Robinson with his 14th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars have moved out in front. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Another run with Sanders, and he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That's now consecutive 5-yard carries to pick up the 1st down. They'll run at Sanders. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 90 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. From midfield, here's Lance. That one complete to Anderson. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. To throw again on 2nd down. Lance. He finds his target. It's Evans. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 19. 23 yards the pickup there.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Now a handoff inside. It's Jackson. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And they'll send Williams in motion right. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Ronnie Anderson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Lions are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Little loft on that touchdown pass and sort of dropped it in the breadbasket perfectly.
Right in the bucket. And when you're coming out of college and you're a rookie in the NFL,
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
and not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a top.
Lawrence hit and the ball is free.
But it looked like a Jaguar was able to cover this thing, and so Jacksonville will keep control. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
On first down, Lawrence.
And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. A quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Throwing again here, it's Lawrence. The pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. And Lawrence going to get his guys to go quickly.
After the sack on first down,
Lawrence.
Oh, good footwork on the spin.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt.
This is up and good from Pinheiro.
And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Jaguars out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things definitely getting interesting around the NFL as we begin the month of December. So let's get right to it. We'll start with the oldest rivalry, Chicago playing host to Green Bay in the NFC North. And it's the Bears who have the lead. T.Y. Hilton, a touchdown catch in that first half. From there, we head down south to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they've got the lead in their matchup with the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Falcons looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Lastly, let's head up to the Twin Cities to check in on the Vikings at home in Minneapolis. And they have the lead over the visiting New York Jets. Justin Jefferson, a touchdown reception. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in this second half. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. Week 13 here in the NFL, first weekend of December. Playoff races definitely coming into focus now, and we got a couple of good ones in prime time. Tonight, national audience gets a look at the Colts for a second straight weekend. This time they're at Dallas, 7:20 Central Time for that kick. And then Monday night, Saints and Bucks from Tampa. On 2nd and 7, Lawrence. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Here's Logan Cook now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Now Sanders. A nice punt, but a good run back as well, 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced the punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Another run here with Sanders. And this carry not as productive. He swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Lance going to try and throw on 3rd down here. And that's complete to Gates. And he is going to have a Lions first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. A give running left. It's Sanders. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the Jaguars are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They take over here following the interception. That's the good. And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety.
Every team has plays in their book to try and buy some room when a safety's on the table. But a big variable is how does each team deal with the pressure of executing in those situations. In this case, they didn't, and they gave up 2 points.
And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now. Here's Williams to return. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw, eluding the pressure right.
That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On play action, they'll throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Josh Allen in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
I know nowadays they give a lot of guys different things when they get to the sidelines after creating a big play, but just throw a cape on this guy because he single-handedly ended multiple drives. Interception earlier, sack on 3rd down. Really? Should have a better game plan installed for how to contain him because he's affecting this game in so many ways.
And he is going to have the Lions 1st down. And they convert in style right there. A big play on 4th and long.
It goes as a pickup of 23. And it'll be 1st down Lions. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Williams loses the football, and the Jags grab it, and the return stops at the 39-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Lawrence's throw here taken in by Ingram.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
2nd and 2. Lawrence will throw. That's out wide here for Robinson. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Now Lawrence to throw.
This one complete to Christian Kirk. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 32-yard line. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage. And that's exactly what he got done there.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Here's Lawrence.
That's going to be caught by Kirk. Touchdown, Jaguars. Christian Kirk, his 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Jaguars will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Pinheiro's extra point up and good.
And the lead is up to 8. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
And Detroit getting set to go now. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and it finally kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back.
And my goodness, another interception. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the Jags are going to get the football back as time will run out in this third quarter of play. Back now at Ford Field. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. It's Jaguar football here, and they'll look to extend their lead as we begin quarter number 4. Down to about the 32. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Lawrence. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Now this one thrown away. Will we see a flag? No. They'll say there was a receiver nearby. Pretty generous call, but either way, it's 4th down.
Well, that one hurts a bit. That was a golden opportunity to possibly put this one on ice, but he comes up empty.
And how big of a miss might that turn out to be? Stay tuned. There's still time left on the clock. This could be critical.
Still a 1-score game. Had he hit that, it would have been 2 scores. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Strong safety Landon Collins, the one who got a hand in there, knocked it away. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Williams, a man in motion right. And Lance will try again on 2nd down. Open man downfield is Sanders. He's got him. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. 52 yards. And the Lions have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away.
And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
From the gun, it's Lawrence.
Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk.
Lawrence finding Kirk there for the Jaguar first.
Here's Lawrence to throw. Caught on the right side by Jones. It'll be a gain of 5, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Second down and a run by Robinson.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And he's got this down to the 35. So not his arm, but hurting him with his legs. A gain of 19 on the keeper and a first down.
Lawrence with the handoff to Robinson.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Now Lawrence.
This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game.
They go play action with Lawrence. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
They've been moving the ball well, but this drive was in danger of stalling out. Fortunately, this is a nice throw here, and they're able to pick up a new set of downs.
His throw caught right around the 6.
And the Jags are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. On 2nd and goal, Lawrence got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Evan Ingram, a 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Jaguars answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th.
Important extra point up and through, and they will take a 7-point lead. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. So now the Lions down by 7, and time a huge factor. Their undefeated season, it's in danger unless they can score here as they've got a 1st and 10. Back to throw.
This is Anderson.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Back to throw. Gates with a grab.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Nice, well-coached, a team that understands what's going on. They still have time to work the middle of the field as they just did there.
He's back to throw. Sliding out of the pocket.
And he'll air this one deep for Anderson.
And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game. Seibert on for the PAT. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays.
And the touchdown and PAT mean we are tied here in the final minute of play.
And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25.
Jacksonville set to go again offensively. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have it.
And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Lions are going to take possession of the football.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Sanders. And he'll be taken down at the 34. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And some space here. And he'll be out of bounds.
137 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th.
Well, any thoughts about overtime have ended at this juncture. That touchdown puts them up 6. I would imagine they'll kick the extra point now and rely on their defense.
Yeah, rely on their defense. So a little bit of time left on the clock here in the 4th, but they got to feel good now. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll start things out at the 25. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Back to throw. Lawrence into the hands of Ingram.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Throwing now, Lawrence.
Man open, here is Jones. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Lawrence. Oh, that's going to be a costly one. It's intercepted. And the Lions have just about sewn up this football game.
Don't stop that motor.
Agreed, that's twice now in this 4th quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
Let's go. 33. Yellow.
They'll go ahead and take the knee here, and the unbeaten season will continue.
That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the 4th quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come-from-behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.
So for Detroit, the streak continues as they push their mark to a perfect 12-0 now on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Minnesota Vikings come to town. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, this loss cost them in the playoff chase as they fall back to 7-5 on the year. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in